Dusty, you've seen a lot of the great power hitters of all time. Where does Stanton rank for you, and does he remind you of anyone in particular?
No, he really doesn't remind me of anybody, but I mean, he's a great player. He's been a great player for a long time, and the way he's looking, the way he's built, I mean, he should be around for an awful long time. I just regret that we have to play him a doubleheader on Thursday. but for today, we're on the same side, and yeah, you know, the good thing about that game, it was clean, it was quick, and you know, we played a good game, and it was fun to manage. It must have been fun to watch.
Anthony in
Hey,
the fourth
Dusty.
row in the middle here.
Hey, Dusty, you had mentioned yesterday frustration not getting to play in this game in 1980 here.
Mm-hmm.
With so much history in this ballpark, what do you think about just how it showed for this event?
Well, I tell you, it was you know, it was great, and I've been coming here since I was a kid, and you know, I played here for years. You know, nothing makes up for playing, but I tell you, it was fun sitting in the dugout and seeing the guys, you know, how together they were. Especially, you know, everybody knew that we were getting together for a couple days as a team, and now we'll go our own direction. I'm just glad that nobody got hurt, and you know, there's a tremendous, you know, camaraderie amongst the guys, especially, you know, the number of Latin guys that I have, and boy, I mean, they're together. They like to have a good time.
The questions for Dusty, Ron.
Game like this with home runs, a lot of strikeouts, does that sort of showcase what modern baseball's become?
Well, kind of, but I mean, you're talking about the strikeouts. I mean, these guys are throwing 99 to 103 miles an hour. I mean, I don't think that's been seen before. You know, we were coming out of there with some gas out of the bullpen, and they were coming out of there with some, you know, with some gas. And, you know, you figured that the game was going to, you know, come down to, you know, the home runs, as big as strong as these guys are. I mean, they weren't necessarily trying to hit home runs. They were trying to hit the ball. But, I mean, there's tremendous pitching on both sides.
And you got a bunch of ground ball outs with shifts, which in the past might not have happened in AllStar games. Who did your defensive positioning and decision to go?
Well, the same guy that does their, you know, during the season, Joe Espada, you know, is in charge of our defensive positioning. Sometime I agree. You know, ball up the middle, I agree with, and then the ground ball at second base, I don't agree with. You know, so like they say, the shift giveth and the shift taketh away, but still, you know, I think it giveth more than it takes away.
Stay right there on your right.
Dusty, knowing how much you appreciate baseball history, how special was to have Albert and Miguel in the same field?
Yeah, I mean, these guys, you know, I was there when they first broke in. And I was in the same division as Albert Pujols for 10 years. I mean, he was like, I mean, I hated to see Albert up there. And then Miguel, you know, when he first came on the scene, what was he, 19, 20 years old? And I remember Tony Perez telling me what a great player that he was going to be. And some of the best scouts in the world are players and former players, because they recognize things that most people don't. And, you know, Tony was right.
Anything else for Dusty? I'll finish up with Barry.
Hey, Dusty, back to the pitching. I noticed that there were 7 holds in the game. I don't know that I've ever seen anything like that.
Yeah.
And then you wind up with Framber gets the win
Right.
for you. And then you bring in this guy Kloss at the end,
Oof.
and he throws 9 strikes out of 10, and they're all 100 miles an hour.
And cutting.
Right.
Right.
What's your reaction to all that?
Well, I mean, our reaction was we were trying to get everybody in the game. You know, at first we had like 3 guys that we weren't going to get in the game, and because they were all-stars here before. But they came to me and they said, "Hey, man, like Liam Hendricks says, you know, like I want at least 1 out." And I said, "Okay." And these guys want to win. And then, excuse me, in the case of Soto, you know, he said, "Hey, man, I got my mom and everybody here from the Dominican, and so you know, I try to get guys in games when they are going to be, you know, when their families are watching or in their hometown. Like in the case of Franz, he's from L.A., so worked out today. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but it worked out today.
Is it any consolation to be the winning manager in an All-Star game?
Yeah, now I'm 1-1. You know what I mean? So yeah, so maybe have a tiebreaker next year, maybe.
Dusty, thanks so much. It was great having you back at Dodger Stadium.
Thank you.